I just got back from CES 2017, and one of the things that really got me excited was Huawei's flagship smartphone, the Huawei Mate 9. Hi, my name's Andrew, and this is the review of the Huawei Mate 9 smartphone. Let's find out if it's worth your money. As of late, one thing is very clear. Huawei's been stepping up its game, and with its release of its new flagship, the Huawei Mate 9, they've been opening eyes and turning heads. The unit I'm reviewing I purchased with my own money from Best Buy. I paid $599, but you could also get it from Amazon. I'll put the link below for more information. What you get under the hood is the Hisilicon Kirin 960 CPU. That's Huawei's own in-house silicone, and it has 4 GB of RAM along with 64 GB of onboard storage. The Mate 9 weighs only 6.7 ounces and only 0.31 inches thick. It's got an all-metal body that screams premium build and really is very classy looking. It has a 5.9-inch IPS LCD display with a resolution of 1080 by 1920. It's covered in 2.5D arc glass, and it does get extremely bright at 677 nits with a minimum brightness of 5 nits. Really excellent on that scale. Out of the box, colors were a bit on the cool side, but that was remedied very easily with the display setting menu. Even though some of its rivals have higher resolution displays, this is one of the best, brightest displays I've seen in a very long time. With its minimal bezels and extremely sharp and crisp screen, this is one of the best screens you can get right now on a phablet. Packaging is very premium, and it really has a very nice presentation. What you get inside the box is the Mate 9 itself, along with what Huawei calls the Huawei Supercharge Adapter. At 4.5 volts and 5 amps, it will charge your device 60% in about 30 minutes. But you must use their supplied USB Type-C cable in order to get those charging times. You also get a micro USB to USB Type-C adapter, and you get a quick start guide along with warranty information. And I especially like the fact that they include a case in the box, a really nice touch. And if that wasn't enough, they also supply you with some really nice premium earbuds. On the top of the device, you have an infrared sensor, so you can use this as a remote control in your living room to control your TV, and it has something that a lot of phones have been doing without as of late, a 3.5mm headphone jack. On one side of the device, you have your dual SIM tray, and it has a microSD card slot within the SIM tray for storage expansion. And on the other side of the device, you have your power button along with your volume rocker up and down. The Mate 9 has stereo speakers with a speaker located in the earpiece on the top and a speaker located on the bottom. There are 2 speaker grills, but only one of them is the actual speaker. And you have a USB Type-C port. This is where you'll charge the device. Moving along to the back, you find your fingerprint sensor, which worked extremely well, extremely fast, and registered my finger every time I used it. And you have your dual lens camera setup. And speaking of the cameras, it has Lycra brand support, which produced some excellent photos. Huawei decided to go with the dual lens approach. It uses a 20 megapixel black and white shooter along with a 12 megapixel color shooter. That's f2.2, and it's equivalent to a 27mm camera. And it has optical image stabilization, and it also shoots 4K video at 30 frames per second. I was impressed with the photos, especially in low light situations, and it has a wide aperture mode for that shallow depth of field, or that bokeh effect, with the clear focus on the object and the blurred background. Now, one of the benefits of having a 20 megapixel black and white shooter is some really excellent black and white photos, as you can see here. On the front, you get an 8 megapixel shooter, f1.9, and it shoots 1080p video. Good for selfies, good for Skype, and video conferencing when you need it in a pinch. Let's take a look and a listen at our latest video to test the sound.
Hi, my name's Andrew, and this is the review of Asus Transformer Mini T102HA. Let's find out if it's worth your money. Every so often, a device comes along that really doesn't blow you away in terms of...
I have to say these are some of the best sounding speakers on a mobile phone out there right now. Rivals that of the ZTE Axon 7. Gets loud, mids are good, and there's bass. Headphones worked well with no distortion or any interference. Performance is definitely a strong suit of this device. On the Geekbench 4 test, it did a 6247 on the multi-core score. On the Octane 2.0 test, it did 11,636, an excellent score. On the 3D Mark Slingshot Extreme test, it did a 2244, excellent score indeed. And on the Slingshot test, it did a 2516. It really did well in the Antutu benchmark at 126,897. You definitely could do gaming on this device. The Mate 9 runs Android 7.0 Nougat, and it has its own proprietary skin, the EMUI 5.0. I actually like EMUI. I think it's a nice skin. It's not too heavy, not too much bloatware, and I think it's a nice skin on top of Android 7.0. It has an app drawer, and it is highly customizable, unlike some other skins you'd find on other OEMs. But perhaps the star of the show is its really epic battery life. On the AMDtech endurance test, where we did a continuous rundown test, it did 12 hours and 3 minutes, a fantastic score indeed. And it had 7 hours and 45 minutes screen on time. Truly epic battery life thanks to its 4,000 mAh battery. Now to put these numbers in perspective, this did 24% better than the iPhone 7 Plus and did 40% better than the Samsung Galaxy S7 Edge. Now the downside is there is no wireless charging, but as we stated earlier, it does use Supercharge, which will charge a device from 0 to 60% in about 30 minutes. However, it does take 2.5 hours to fully charge this device. So at the end of the day, can I recommend the Huawei Mate 9? Did Huawei knock it out of the park? And the answer is an emphatic yes. Here's what I like about this device. It's got an extremely bright Full HD 5.9-inch display in a compact body. I love its amazing dual lens Leica camera, and I love the fact that it has a fast processor, epic battery life, great speaker, and I love the fact they throw in the case, USB adapter, and earbuds in the box at no additional cost. And the fact that it supports fast charging really helps you out when you're on the road. But of course, this is not a perfect device, and there are things that need improvement. I was a little bit disappointed to see that there's no water resistance of any kind on this device. And this only supports GSM only, meaning in the United States you cannot use this on Verizon or Sprint. And I was a little bit disappointed there was no wireless charging due to its all aluminum back. But to me, this is not a big deal as it does support fast charging. It has a lower resolution display than some of its rivals, although I think this Full HD display can hang with the best of them. And at $599, it's a bit on the expensive side, especially when you compare it to its rivals, such as the OnePlus 3T, although this has a larger display. But with those few negatives aside, I have to say this is one of the best 5.9-inch devices out there right now. As far as the large phablets are concerned, this may be the best. And it really checks all the boxes you want in a large smartphone. It's got a great design, it's got a great display, good hardware performance, great user experience, excellent speaker, and it has excellent dual cameras, and it has some epic battery life. Everything you want in a large smartphone. That's why I'm going to give it 87%. An excellent buy indeed. So what do you think about the Huawei Mate 9? Do you think it's a premium level, high-end smartphone? They want to play with the big boys. They want to play with the Apples, the Samsungs, and the Googles. At $599, they're starting to approach that price point. But I'm curious to know what you think. Leave a comment in the comment section below. I do think that 5.9-inch display is beautiful. I like the fact that it's Full HD, gets me better battery life, and it still looks great at the same time. Again, leave a comment in the comment section below. I am curious to know what you think. Please hit the like button, please subscribe, please share this video. Don't forget to leave a comment in the comment section below. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if there's a device or something out there you think I should review. I'll try to make that happen. Don't forget to check us out on Facebook and on Twitter. Don't forget to check out our website at AMDtechreviews.com. So until next time, this is Andrew from AMDtech. See ya.